At some point in our lives, we all ask ourselves the question, what do I want to be when I grow up? For me, that seemed pretty simple. I was athletic, and I love sports. So growing up, I wanted to be a baseball player. I was pretty good at it, but as I got older, I kind of burned out with it. However, I became a pretty big fan of basketball. There was this desire in me to just keep playing and keep getting better, and I wanted to play at the highest level. With that being said, in 2016, I set my mind on playing college basketball, preferably at the Division I level. Let's put that into perspective real quick. Approximately 3.5% of high school basketball players move on to play college basketball at any level. Around 1% of high school basketball players play Division I basketball. So, to roughly estimate, let's say there's about 550,000 high school basketball players in the United States. The percentage of players that move on to play college basketball is 19,250 players. But I believed in myself, and that was what I was going to do. 2016 comes around and the season's coming up. I was on the A team back in 2015, so I'm assuming that I'll be on the team the next year in 2016, right? I got cut from the A team. What? I was just so pissed off. 2017. So the following year, I had to try out for the varsity team. That just didn't work out because those guys were like men and I was a little child. 2018 comes around. I have the opportunity again to make the varsity team. I got cut. And 5 7th graders made it over me. So there goes my middle school career. I never got the opportunity to play varsity level, but I knew that that was going to change when I got to high school. 2018, we're back. I actually had the opportunity to work with Kobe Bryant's high school coach, who taught me a lot of valuable information and skills. A few months go by, and it's November 2018. I tried out for my school's freshman team. I was nervous, especially because I didn't want to get cut again, and I did not want to go through that feeling of embarrassment. So I went and I played, and I did the best that I can. I got cut. I was crushed. I go into school on Monday, and I got to tell all my friends, my family, and everybody that I got cut from the team. But the real question is, now what? Where am I going to play? How is this going to affect me trying to play basketball in college? So many other questions. So I joined a bunch of random leagues and I tried to play anywhere that I could. I ended up joining a team with all the guys that I went to middle school with, who all played on the varsity team the year before me, that I got cut from. I ended up starting over guys that started for the team the year before. So it was a pretty full circle moment for me. I ended up having a lot of really good games and I realized what I was capable of doing. It was the first time in my life I had scored over 30 points in a game. I finished that season averaging 18 points per game. As a freshman, I realized that I was still very talented, and even though I was discouraged from the year before, I knew that I could keep working, and I knew that I could make that team. So that's exactly what I aimed to do. 2019. I'm back and I'm better than ever. That fall, I had joined the AAU league to try and prepare the best that I could. And the coaches also gave me an opportunity to join the preseason workouts with the team. And we were practicing with JV and varsity, so it got pretty competitive. And as a sophomore, it was pretty challenging, but it was exponential to my growth. From the months of September to November, I put on 15 pounds of muscle, and I also grew from 5'9" to 6'1". I'll never forget the night before the tryout, my mom had pulled me aside and she had told me that we were going to watch the movie Rocky. Now, if you don't know about Rocky, it's one of the greatest sports stories of all time. Rocky's a story about a guy who's a nobody from Philadelphia, and the story revolves around him becoming a struggling, relatively unknown boxer to a very well-respected contender in the boxing world. No matter what, Rocky kept taking all these hits, and he always got right back up. He never let anything stop him, and he always kept going. After seeing that movie for the first time, I couldn't help but see myself in him. Rocky was a nobody. Nobody gave him an opportunity or a chance, and he made his own. He showed that he could keep taking the punches and he could keep rolling with it. I knew that was me, and I knew what I was capable of, and I was going to show everybody what I was capable of. The next day were the varsity and the JV tryouts for my school. So at these tryouts, I'm not the same person I was anymore. I'm way more confident, I'm 15 pounds heavier, a lot taller, and I had a fire in me that I never had before. I was ready this year, and I knew this was going to be my year. At the end of the tryout, the coaches had brought everybody back again, and they called me back into their office and told me that I got cut. Here we go again. Seems like the same story over and over again. It's their loss, and I've heard it all. At this point, I was just so demoralized. Felt like any chance that I had of playing high school basketball was just crushed. And what did that even mean for me playing in college? What the heck was going to happen? So I do the same thing that I usually do, and I just get better. I joined as many leagues as I could. I had another really good season though with my team from the year before. We ended up going 10-2. I had a number of really good games and I had a lot of fun. I actually did enjoy my time playing. COVID happens. So my junior year is now pretty thrown off. I went back to school, but it wasn't very clear if there was going to be a basketball season or not. Either way, am I going to go through this all again? You know what? Screw it. I got cut again. November 2021. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. I let everybody down, including myself. I tried, and I kept failing and failing over and over again, and I missed my goal. Well, there's one more thing. So I enrolled at a local university, and I began my freshman semester in the fall of 2022. And crazy enough, I found out that my school had a club basketball program. Now, what is that, you may ask? It's a highly competitive team that competes in a national league called the NCBBA. People that played basketball in high school and still want to play at a competitive level join this league and compete with teams from all over the place. Turns out, I guess I had one more shot to play college basketball. At this point, I've been through it all. If I didn't make this team, then it's officially wrapped and I'm done. In September of 2022, I went to the tryout. It was over the course of 2 weeks. The first week, there were just general tryouts where everybody could come and join. If they thought that you would be a good fit, then they invited you back for a second tryout the following week. So I went and tried out for one of the 6 spots. But at this point, I didn't even care. I had been through this routine so many times, and at that point, I just played my game. Although it was nervous, there was zero pressure for me, and I just said that this is who I am and this is how I play. So the trial went really good. I just played my game, took some crazy shots, a lot of them went in. It was probably the best tryout that I've ever had because I genuinely just did not care. I ended up getting an email from the president, and he had invited me back to join the second round of tryouts. I go back for the second week. There's only 6 spots, and there's about 12 guys maybe in the gym. It's starting to get really competitive. At the end of the week on Thursday, I thought that I had played pretty good, but I was starting to get a little demotivated, and I wasn't sure if I was good enough to make this team. I did my best though, and I did what I could, and all I had to do was wait and hear back from them.
What's up, vlog?
Yo, that's tall.
And all of a sudden, I get a text on my phone. I made the team. I had finally made the team. I got cut every year in middle school, got cut every year in high school, and at the end of it all, I achieved my dream of playing college basketball. It's been one of my favorite experiences so far, and I'm proud to say that going into my junior year, I was selected to be the president and the captain of the team. The moral of the story is if you love something, then never give up on it.